Are you guys ready? Yes or no? The definition of a magical family dysfunction. Welcome the father and son duo, Leo and Chris. Okay, Brian Krause and Drew Fuller. Make them feel welcome. And then Hall, I guess, since we're Louisville. Oh my gosh.
We've been sitting next to each other all day.
Oh, we kind of have.
Yeah.
I went to the wrong room. I was in grave robbing and galvanism. Do you know what galvanism is? No. It's apparently tissue revival by electricity. It's a real thing. Correct. So after this panel, you can go to the other panel room and see what the
I think
presentation
it's going to
on
be
that.
over by the time ours is. It's like competing with us.
How long is this?
Tell us everything you know. Goodbye.
Yeah, what do you guys want to know? Let's just get right to it.
Let's talk about the podcast, first of all. Let's get that. Stop. Why are you being a child? Oh, wait. Because you are. That's why. I'm so sorry.
I thought the energy was pretty low, so
I can sit in between you guys and moderate.
Like, don't fight in front of the kids. God. Do we need the microphones?
I don't know. Do we need the microphone?
I like it. It's fun.
You just feel like you're in charge if you have one, right? Oh, no. Just turn it on. It's going to be that. Never mind.
Hello, thanks for coming.
Thank you so much. I appreciate every one of you. This was great. You're an amazing panel host.
Thanks for all your questions, you guys. Thanks for coming out.
I knew the other one's going so well today. I'm like, the one I'm looking forward to, I'm going to just...
Where's it coming from? Where's the microphone?
It's in your hand.
No, not the microphone, the speaker.
Oh, there's one there.
I'm just curious.
You've never even heard of this place, right?
No, I've been here before.
Sure. It's up to you. Can you guys hear us okay? Yeah.
Can you just...
behind me.
I don't know.
Talking behind my back. They do this all the time.
We mean they. We just met.
But seriously, though.
I turned
Let's...
off.
Okay.
Okay.
Microphones off. They're distracting us. I'm sorry. Let's talk about the podcast, first of all, because that's very exciting. You guys are doing kind of a rewatch, but you can't actually watch it with us. Yeah, I know. Can you say it? What?
He wants his microphone back.
Can you do sign language for us?
I actually can.
I want to see. Yeah.
Wait, I can do the alphabet, that's it.
That's cool. Could you spell every word that you're going to say?
Spell it I forgot Q, R, Q.
So the podcast is a rewatch. Most of the episodes are just
What do you guys want to talk about?
sorry. I was just on both of them, but I don't even know what to ask. I'm just going to sit here. Like, can we get to the prom or what? I don't know.
You ever been in a throuple?
Seems interesting.
Next question.
I mean, you make questions. Okay, we'll get to your questions. You have cards.
Starting with the house.
Okay, yes, we have a podcast. If you guys don't know, it's called The House of Hallowell. Season 1 is on YouTube. Season 2 is going to be released on YouTube in the future. We're currently on Season 3. We just finished The Good, the Bad, and the Curse, which was Shannon's directorial Western, which was awesome.
Oh, yes. So that's a good one.
Those are released every Friday on like Apple, Spotify, that kind of thing. And
But wherever you get your podcast.
Wherever you get your podcast. And then we also do like a support subscription thing because we're not affiliated with anything. It's all self-done and self-produced by us. So, if you want to support the show, the best way to do that is, either become a member of our Supercast thing where you get videos and we do watch parties and stuff like that. And there's exclusive merch and mailbag episodes, and we try to have as many interactions and personal interactions as we can with y'all because you guys love the show so much and you who are our extended family. And so that's kind of the podcast. It's called House of Halliwell. It's great.
So is this the first time you're watching it?
It's my first time watching it. I think it's also BK's.
I watched, when I got on the show, I watched the first couple episodes I was in, and then I
You don't
just,
get in there until like episode 3.
yeah, and then,
You're the handyman.
yeah,
I told you I watched this shit.
that's right. So I watched the first few just to kind of see, you know, how I'm standing. Am I doing this with my chin? And then after that, I didn't want to watch because I just feel watching affects my performance,
You were
right?
thinking too hard.
You know, you watch yourself and you don't like it, so then you go back and you try to change it. And so
Right.
I never watched anything after season 1.
So when you got suspended in air, were you like strapped to something?
I was all strapped up, yeah.
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 There's some of the episode where they're like, wheels funny. What the heck?
That's a good one.
But you'll find that a lot of actors don't watch their own work.
Yeah.
Because you don't have any say in the edit. Like the actor is technically the lowest man in the totem pole. And so you might on the day be really feeling it, like, oh, that was great. And then like when it comes out a month later, however long, and you see it, you're like, that's the take they chose, or I didn't do that with like why do I look like that? And it can then you have to show up to work the next day and it can start to affect your performance because
Right.
you're doing something that you're like, oh, this is what it should be, as opposed to like being present as to what it is.
Yeah, I'm really curious of how you're gonna feel about the whole show when you watch it.
Don't give anything away.
Yeah, I can't tell you.
But season 1, when you guys are giving Andy all the heck, I'm like, should we stand up for Andy? I don't know.
I mean, he's a bit of a stalker.
He's everywhere.
Kind of just shows up at the front door. I'm here.
In hindsight,
You want a date?
it's funny because you don't realize it when you're watching it, probably of the time, right? That came out in 1998. Like, oh, here's a handsome detective. He's interested in Prue. He's on to something. He doesn't totally know what it is yet, but his instincts are actually pretty right. But how it comes across in 2025, yo, like, just keep showing up.
Inappropriate.
Yeah, like, bro, stop showing up.
What is
Why are
that?
you there?
Like, again, call, beep, I don't know what, but do something.
Cell phones were fairly new.
Yeah.
Still.
Yeah, no, I think we started seeing it like a cell phone late season 1.
But I feel like, I felt like when I watched it, I already knew that they had a history. So I don't know if you like missed that part.
No, they had a history, but you still don't. I don't, listen, my best friends, I don't show up at their house unannounced all the time. Like, hey,
I feel like he was just trying to awkwardly court her.
yeah, no. But he also got friend zoned immediately. He didn't recognize that.
It's true. He didn't see the signs.
He'll be happy.
So Brian, when you started, you were just kind of not a regular cast member. You were
Right.
kind of special appearance by.
Yeah, it was. When I booked it, it was. They offered me 3 episodes.
Oh, wow.
So it was possibly going to be recurring as a potential love interest to one of the girls
In real life or just the show?
on the show. 3 episodes.
That was a good one.
Yes. So I did the 3, and it was like
Episodes.
episodes.
As opposed to 3 what?
Scripts or however you call them, your actors.
Episodes, yeah.
Yeah, and then they offered me, I think it was 5 or 6 or 7 more, and they still hadn't decided which, and then it just kind of became Piper. It just made sense. So once they started adding me and doing more, then season 2, they offered me another, I think 7 out of 10 the first half, and then they made me a regular halfway through season 2. So it was, kind of a dream come true. You come onto a show that's already a hit. You start as, recurring. It's the easiest way to become a regular on a show. To just become a regular on a pilot and whatever, you have to go through a huge process where I'd walk into a room like this with all the seats full and have to perform in front of people. We call it going to network. And it's the most terrifying thing you can do because it's you and 3 actors waiting outside, and you've just signed your contract, and now you got to go in front of all these executives who know nothing about acting or anything. They're just like, oh, is he the one? I don't know. Can we sell him? Like, you know, they just know creativity, and so you have to perform in front of them. It's probably the most nerve-wracking. And so this bypasses all that. So it was kind of the easier way to get onto the show.
Especially since they didn't have like direction. Did they not know you were going to be the white lighter? Or...
They didn't know. You know, we had so many guys that came in and dated the
It
different
could've been
girls.
Andy.
I could have been Andy. I auditioned for Andy. Thank goodness I didn't get that. But they didn't know if it was going to be with Phoebe or, you know, well, Prue already had her storyline going, so they didn't quite know, and that's why the first season it was kind of that they both like me thing. And I'm so happy it became Piper because, as you know, Phoebe's kind of became the serial dater for a few seasons. So, you know, and then obviously Cole. You know, I think it worked best with our storyline, and Holly and I have, you know, real life chemistry and friends, and have been for a long time. So I think it worked out the way it was meant to.
Yes. And not to spoil anything for you, Drew.
So no.
You look so sorry.
Don't do it.
I mean, you guys are like the love story that everybody wants. But once you really get into it, I'm not going to give anything away. But don't you think that Piper gets really like, she gets so mad at him all the time? Like, really mad. Did you feel?
I feel that now.
Yeah.
Um,
That's the chemistry we feel.
Well, we talk about this a lot on the pod about how there's so much of the character of Leo that he can't share, right? And then so if we're trying to ground this in reality, being with a partner, being with your spouse or whatever, and not being able to fully share all the things that you do or like what goes on in a day, like there's not a lot of connection there. So you just kind of like there's a
Yeah,
whole,
like who are you with all day? Who is she? Why do you have this little language together?
oh.
Gosh, sorry.
I mean, as Andy was a stalker, Leo's kind of, I mean, if you break it down in watching it in hindsight, it's like, he almost is a little sneaky liar.
Yeah,
Like,
that's what are you?
he's got this other liar.
Exactly.
Where does he go? Like,
And you keep it really vague. It's real vague.
It's real vague.
I can't talk about it.
nobody knows where I'm at.
It makes me angry.
Yeah,
It makes
well-
me angry now. Like, look, maybe that's why it was. Maybe that's the way there's this.
Listen, we could switch seats.
No, we're not switching. Everything's fine.
I started my water.
But I think if you go back and watch, it's like, okay, yeah, it's Leo's. Leo's
The microphone's back on. I'll turn it off again.
And she got so much, you know, more opportunity to try to move on, and you had to go live in a road.
Yeah.
Was the road more comfortable than the handyman?
Yeah, it was kind of a, yeah.
Did you want to know that road?
You can wear anything you want underneath the robe.
There we go. Were you wearing underwear?
Or not.
There we go. These are the questions people really want to know.
Was it cold?
No, I only fly.
You're not going to tell the song, are you?
No.
You have to listen to the pod.
I did. You wouldn't say.
No, they.
Huh? Oh, they. Sorry. Yes, if you watch or listen to the podcast, there's some extra stuff there.
Bonus.
Some extras. So, do you guys do that like one after another of the podcast, or do you have a regular day? You're like, it's time. Clock in.
It's a miracle. Every time.
It's difficult because we all have live in 3 different places. You know,
Is that why you're not all in the same room?
Holly's in a whole other state. Now I'm finally in the same state as Drew, so you know maybe we'll be able to get in there together. But then, you know, Holly's still a mom to a high schooler running restaurants, doing a thing. So it's difficult to be like, all right, Tuesday at 11 a.m. every Tuesday. So and then you know life comes up for all of us. So we're trying to coordinate how
Plus,
we
you're
do
getting
it.
guests that are
Yeah.
invited.
Right. So
That's
trying to
pretty
coordinate
awesome.
it all has been it's challenging.
And then, what is it? Just like the special Patreon fans that get to maybe ask questions and be on the podcast.
Yeah.
That's
a
a cool
bonus thing.
opportunity.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was just promoting for you.
Is that a question?
Because I'm throwing it out there for everyone to know that, hey, you might be able to be on the podcast.
That's true.
It's a fact.
It is a fact. What else you got as notes and cards?
These are just scribbles. That's
It's
really not
fake.
anything.
It's just props.
It's not, it's nice.
They're
Most of
empty.
them are blank.
I knew it. Guys, that's actually movie magic right there. Like the top two of anything, like you open a file, the first 2 pages, those are like legit. And then like by the third, fourth, fifth,
Hold on, it might be my agent.
From 1998? What is happening?
Is it
it's a
Holly?
rotary phone. It
You
could be
have a real
Holly.
free.
Is it rotary?
Potential spam.
Nah, it's spam.
Oh.
I don't know anybody in 805. Oh. Maybe the kids.
We should have answered it.
You answer it.
What? It could be your kid?
Answer it.
Put it on mine.
Oh,
Do it.
come on.
No.
The kid would call from his own phone.
Yeah.
Alright.
Exactly.
So we digress.
Drew, you came along.
I did.
Did you guys think that that was just a strange script change, or this seems perfectly normal? I should come back to the future and be evil, sort of, and then try to save everyone. Oh, wait, I haven't seen those episodes.
Well, no, I remember. No, they didn't have. So she's inquiring about my character's like origin and the whole arc of Chris. And the truth is, I don't believe any of the writers knew exactly what to do with my character. They wanted to drop kind of like a bomb on everyone and create a little bit of chaos. But originally, I was brought on to be Paige's love interest.
Where are you going?
Is it that boring? Well, we can talk about what you guys want to talk about. No, it's so fine.
Where are you going?
Is that you called?
Oh, no.
I'm your sister.
Sure. It was boring.
Hey.
Guys, we're sinking. We're sinking.
We're sinking ship. Everybody get out with it.
A sinking ship. Get out while you can. Yeah, but anyway, they didn't know who my character was going to be, and then I think as time went on and they saw dynamics, and then Holly had become pregnant in real life, they're like, oh, we can kind of do this future thing, and then it kind of evolved from there. But initially, I don't know. I know for a fact that they didn't know. Like, no.
Is that like how a lot of shows are, where they're just kind of like, let's just wing it. Let's start with a little bit of this and move on? Don't most shows have kind
No,
of
I think nowadays.
roadmap?
No, I think nowadays you have to have like it's called a Bible, a show Bible. Like if you're pitching a show to a network, you show up and they want a complete detail of your first season where every episode's going to go, and they want to know exactly what's going to happen in season 2, 3, 4, 5. Like they need to have it completely laid out and that's partially because of, I don't know if you guys have ever seen Lost. Remember that show?
Yeah.
Lost was brilliant. They didn't know what they were doing. They just knew they had struck gold, and it kind of starts to lose. And like by the final season, it was such a mess to like try to land the plane, and they didn't really land the plane. And so because of Lost now, every show is like half.
Yeah, didn't they wind up like an alien base underneath the ground or something crazy?
Supposed to be like a really dead, like a hard time.
Yeah, exactly. So you now have to have a very clear, like, cut thing if you're going to be pitching the show.
So you've done some extra things. I've just been dying to ask you about. She's just shutting the door. She's not leaving.
Hey, do you need to take a call too? Do you have to call your sister? I didn't think so. If those two girls try to come back, don't let them in. My ego can't take that. They're leaving mid-pod. I'm always pod. It's always a podcast.
So I've been dying to ask you about one of your teeny tiny little, you didn't get into the episode until about a half an hour in, just fun fact, on the rookie.
It was really scary. It
Yeah.
was really creepy.
You really like a domestic violence
It was really
situation.
Art imitating life. Art imitating life. I'm just kidding.
It's really guys here because I was like, wait a minute, that is him.
That's the best part about acting, though. If we're real talk, if to be able to play different characters and be believable, that's like the most fun thing in the world, right? Because you never, like, to be just typecasted and do the same thing over and over and over again, like, it's maybe what kind of a lot of the people or fans want, but at the end of the day, like, you want to keep, like, we're actors, we're trying new characters, we're trying new things, and you want to be able to be believable in each one of those roles. And so, like, an opportunity like The Rookie comes up, for example, and it's like, oh, this is awesome, and it's completely different from maybe what people know me as or for, and like, you like fully commit and don't worry about like how it comes across, or like, oh, you're a bad guy, or blah blah blah. Like, great, that means I did my job.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was very believable, but how was it to be taken out? Okay, you need to watch it.
Did I get taken out? I don't even remember.
You were slammed down. There was a fight scene. Was that not you?
No, that was me. I'm gonna come back though. I'm kidding.
Like something.
Like I'm gonna come back as a reoccurring.
They broke out of jail again.
Your life and you decide to be a rookie.
Yeah, now I want to be a cop. I'm seeing that. That would be my pitch. See, if they let me in the room, I got an idea for you. You see the error of my ways. I want to be a cop.
You're reinforced.
Maybe you know Drew from Army Wives.
It's not about Brian. This is boring.
That's true.
Brian's way better.
You looked sad while ago, and
I
then you
wasn't
turned your
sad.
microphone back on.
No, I'm sad because those girls left.
They're in the wrong panel.
Yeah, they want to be the
They didn't
revival,
even know.
the flesh revival.
I'm just gonna sit here.
Now, what do you guys want to talk
Yeah.
about? Because this is great. The panel's small, and so it's intimate. So whatever you guys want to like. If here's an opportunity, if there's anything you want
I'm
to
just
know about
waiting
the
for
show.
one of y'all at work.
If you close your eyes for 30 seconds,
I just love
I
seeing-
may not be here when you open.
I like the sound of that. It'll be fine.
Yeah, you'd be like, oh, yeah.
I love seeing the fan interactions, not just here, but at all the conventions you've been going to, where it's like a family connection. Maybe someone watched it with their mom, or their sister, or it kind of brought them all together, and then they get to go back now and watch them again. And for you guys to connect like
There
that.
was a joke in my family about having a white lighter.
Yeah.
I got my white lighter.
It
Yeah.
burns you every time.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow.
They burn you every time.
That's what I meant. Like,
No, they keep you safe in case you're stranded so you can start a fire and survive.
Oh, we gotta put that on.
Jeez.
Yeah, just remember, Brandy.
Burn you every time.
The white lighter.
I'm gonna turn my microphone back on.
And it was supposed to be good luck or something.
Well, white lighter, remember, I think all three, Janis Joplin, Jim Morrison, and what's his name, all found dead with white lighters in their pockets. So when I grew up, having a white lighter in your pocket was bad luck.
So are you guys superstitious?
What's
at all?
up?
Are you
Don't marry one.
My father texted. Making sure I
Your life will be cursed. There'll be demons every day.
Are you superstitious? I know you are in real life.
Me? I have a couple of quirks, I like to call them.
Is
Oh.
it?
I don't know superstitious, but I think we all have things. We do it this way. When I used to go to school when I was younger, I just had to walk, first a mile, but elementary school was like a half mile. And so, the sidewalks, no, it was dead flat both ways. But I would count, I was that kid that counted the steps in between the lines, and if I got it wrong, I had to go back and do it again. I just, listen, I had an issue. Hyperactivity, OCD. I needed to be medicated. Yeah, I did that later in life. I think that led into certain quirks and playing sports, golf, baseball, whatever. You have little things that become rhythm and routine, and I even do it when I'm acting and how I stand on set and the way I go through things. So I try not to bring that into my everyday life.
Did you do the opposite thing today for this? Just a
Am I a little too excitable?
A lot of passion.
But yeah, when I fly, I like to have the same routine. This makes me feel safe, whatever. When, but nothing else. I don't think I'm really the number 13.
You don't like it, or you do like it?
It doesn't bother me.
Next Friday is Friday the 13th.
Yeah, I'll be at home. I'll be at home. Just the windows closed.
Just not flying.
White knuckle your way through.
Oh, I can't wait for Saturday.
At least it's not an eclipse on Friday the 13th because.
It's my birthday that day.
Nice.
Wow.
Sweet.
What about you?
Not at all.
Nothing?
Nothing.
Nice.
Wow.
I used to have it's funny, I used to have this routine when I'd get on a plane, and then we talked about it once on the podcast, and I was like, as we talked about it out loud, I was like, God, this is so silly. And so I remember I had a flight like within 3 days after that, and I remember consciously not doing my routine I had done since I was like 16 years old. And like I stopped doing it because I was like, I don't want to be dependent on any sort of thing. Like, and I don't knock anyone who has like their fears or their rituals to make them feel comfortable or safe. But like, it wasn't doing anything, and I was like freaking out if I didn't do something in that right order. And I don't want anything in my life to be dictated by that.
It's like you worked it out with your podcast is good.
I mean,
For some of us.
yeah. But just,
I hope you're getting the same thing from it when you listen.
But talking things out in general, usually it's basically what therapy does, right? You talk it out, you kind of put it out there, and then you give it a place, or you give it a space, or you identify it, and then you can like walk away from it. Right?
Yeah.
Oh, are you watching it right now?
No.
Is there a role that you have been auditioning for that you didn't get that you wish, man, I would have really loved to get me?
That's a good question.
Okay.
There's a few of them. The one I really was close and wanted was Bagger Vance, who went to a guy named Matt Damon. I don't know if you heard that. But I was a big golfer at the time, so I sent in like this golf audition and went in and did everything I could for it. And then this guy Matt got it. But there's been quite a few. I auditioned Unforgiven, as a kid who's riding with him the whole time. Didn't get that one. The list is long of movies that, and I usually won't watch the movie if I didn't get it. I kind of curse it and hope it fails. But there's a couple of them where it's like, okay, it's just a great movie, and let's see why they chose this other guy, and I've applauded it in those situations for sure.
Have you tried out for like any sitcoms or a regular, I don't even know what they call them anymore, like a regular show? There's so many,
Like a comedy?
not necessarily a comedy, but just a regular.
I auditioned for 90210 10 times. I was very close to being a regular on the show. And a girlfriend of mine, we had just broken up. It was like my first love, right? Just broken up. She went to Beverly Hills High School. So I had met people from Beverly Hills High School. So when they were, making this thing, I was like, okay. Well, then we broke up, and I was like, fuck Beverly Hills. Fuck those people. Right? And she was also going in for a role to be a regular as well. And so when we got to these final callbacks, and it's me and just a couple other guys, I was so scared that she was going to get the role and I was going to get the role, and now I was going to have to live it with her on this show. And so I just went in and purposely bombed. I can't do this. And I drive home, no cell phones. The cast director calls me at home. What the fuck was that? I talked you up and blah, 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 blah. And I'm thinking, well, did you cast her? Like, I'll come in and try harder. And she goes, well, you come back up tomorrow and we'll do it again. And my heart wasn't into it. And listen, they cast the right person. It's all worked out, and it worked out in the end, but,
Did they cast her?
They did not cast her.
What did we learn, friends?
Yeah, never give up. But, I think as a career as an actor, you do get these auditions and opportunities to audition for television shows and different roles, and you can't go in with a preconceived idea. It's like just going into any job interview. If you think you're going to fail before you get there, you're going to fail. And so you just got to go in and do your best, and let the outcome play out. But always go in with confidence, and not self-sabotage. Which is funny because I had met Aaron Spelling a few times during that process, and for Melrose Place, and all the shows that he was doing. So when I went in for Charmed, he was in the room, and so I was like, oh, I'm gonna walk in and say, good to see you, Mr. Spelling. How are you been? Right? Maybe jogging his memory that he's met me, and I do that. I walk in, Mr. Spelling, it's good to see you again. And he looks at my picture and he looks up and he's like, Brian, nice to meet you. I was so angry, right? I'm not working. So I did the reading totally not how I had been doing it previously. I just did it super angry. I said, anything else? Okay, no, thanks. And I walked out. And I'm supposed to not care? Yeah, I didn't.
It's getting worked up again.
I know, it's hot. Is it hot in here?
Maybe that's why they didn't know if they want to keep you or not.
Yeah, that's true.
It's not the anger.
You're like, he's got an attitude.
You're a great actor because you're very spunky, and Leo was just chill.
Spunky.
Leo's,
He
yeah.
is spunky.
He is spunky.
You've got a lot of spunk.
Leo is, kind of boring.
He was always.
That's right. That was the whole thing with Leo is, I grew up next to a pastor and,
Okay.
Different people and whatever. And I kind of was like, okay, if he's an angel, a guardian angel, there's times to be passionate, but really he's a pacifist, right? So, and especially when the girls have all the personality, it's like, I'm just supposed to be here kind of like a rock. And, Leo was written pretty boringly as it was. And then, I think we see it, Leo's not so spunky.
No, but your interactions get really heated. I mean, you're really like, you're so angry at him, and you're so angry at him, and neither one of you know why. Did you feel that way?
Can we get to that season?
Don't yell at me. I have to.
Oh, they gotta make a call.
No, I have to go to the bathroom.
Sure.
We'll pause it right there.
Hit the
To
pause
be
button.
continued. I mean, even though you haven't gotten to talk about stuff in the podcast, but I mean, you guys were acting together. It was like, you seem like a spoiled brat. I'm sorry.
Right.
And then, like, just the way you
Right?
act towards you're like, whatever. Nobody needs Leo. Why is he? And then
Wow.
That's what
Yeah.
you say. Yeah.
I think he's mad at his dad.
You took him away.
He's got daddy issues.
He's like,
Yeah.
he's been putting on
Big
an
time.
island with beautiful women, and he still isn't happy.
Oh.
I'm sorry. Did I write the script that somewhere?
Well, no, I mean,
That is
that's,
a note.
that's all. That sounds great.
Wow.
This was like 20 years ago. I don't know.
It was, it's streaming. I don't know if you should.
I can't watch it yet because there's 3
Did you
seasons.
feel that passion whenever you guys were doing scenes together?
No, I was just grateful to be there. I
Just
had.
hang it on.
Yeah,
And I was
well,
like, who's this fucking guy?
Are you gonna kill him off?
probably.
You better not marry Piper.
Or not?
You're gonna write me out!
Newsflash. Piper's my mom.
She married
No,
her
it's-
son from another life in a different timeline. You never know.
What?
You know, it's charms.
It's magic.
here we
Anything
go.
can happen.
Anything can happen.
Do you ever interact with the actor that was the, I'm gonna say the real life, not the baby Wyatt, but
Yeah, Wes.
big Wyatt?
Wes, yeah. Wes is going to be, we're doing a big charm convention next year in Paris. So we'll be like, their goal is to make it the biggest one that we've ever done. Like they're trying to get as many main memorable cast members there. Wes will be there.
Did you say mean?
No, Maine.
Oh, Wes is coming.
Wes is coming.
Oh.
I connected them.
Hotel West.
Yeah. So Wes is now married. I think he's going to be a dad.
Whoa.
Yeah. Wes is but such a sweet guy. Apparently, someone informed me today that he's from here.
Oh.
Yeah.
No,
That was you?
That was me.
Yeah, Jennifer.
Yes. Good job.
That's a
So
big.
proud
You
of
don't
you.
have no idea. That's a big thing. Like I could ride that high for the rest of the day.
And thanks for wearing your name tag.
Yeah. Thanks for signing it real fast. That's a callback. Never mind. But yeah, it's
Why Paris? Why Paris?
Why not?
Thank you.
So it's funny, as popular as our shows here, obviously never the number 1 show in America, right? That's Law and Order and ER and these type of shows. But in France, in Australia, in the UK, in Germany, Charmed was like the number 1 most popular show.
That's awesome.
Which is unbelievable, but it kind of says something about society and how they like to have their entertainment just be more entertaining and not, America's very much serious television, right? So, Charmed there, it's this fantasy, and we go over there, and, they treat us like we're Brad Pitt or something.
And you're like, yeah,
really
Brad
weird. It's weird.
Do you sign Brad Pitt?
I offer. And they're like, no, Leo.
No, Brian is kind of like a god over there.
It's really bizarre. It's bizarre.
Like we're walking around the streets and they push Holly and myself and Wes out of the way, like literally push you onto the street and like chase Brian.
Leo,
Yeah.
you're the good angel. It's bizarre.
But yeah, so we're not in charge of these things, right? Like so wherever they send us and they tell us like, oh, there's a con next week in Evansville or Paris or
You remembered Evansville.
I did, but I wasn't there.
I was here.
But you remember the names.
Yeah. So yeah, that's it. Next year in Paris, but to finally bring it home. Wes will be there. He's a great dude. He's a really good man.
And he was the big adult.
He was our favorite. Yes.
Yeah, not the baby.
Yes.
No, the baby always orbed away. I would be terrified
Yeah,
as
he
a
was
parent.
yeah.
Could you imagine your baby just orbs away and you're like, dude, go orb
I got him.
Yeah, well, yeah, you can orb.
Got a tracker on him. He's low jack.
So are you guys obviously very active in the cons and the podcast? Are you auditioning for things now? Trying out for different projects?
Yeah.
Writing, directing, producing, doing anything?
Yeah.
Trying to do it all. A few auditions coming up. One for a video game, actually
Oh, that's cool.
Tuesday when I get home. I've signed an NDA. I can't tell you about it. But oh my god. Okay, so
They're live streaming this right now.
I didn't say it.
Okay.
So that should be exciting.
It's secret.
So it never ends, acting's, I chose to do this for the rest of my life, so hopefully they keep letting me. Which means always auditioning, always trying to. You guys are gonna do a movie. Yeah, I start a movie.
Are we boring you
next
this
week?
week?
Yes. It's warming.
Do we need a recap?
Yes.
Black Rats, you missed a lot.
I'm
You're late.
sorry.
You're late.
We couldn't find it.
It's called I Fell in Love with Santa.
Guess who's playing Santa? Oh.
Yeah, I'm Santa. I'm a businessman who plays mall Santa and Santa at homeless shelters and gives back to the
Oh,
community.
not like that, Santa.
I've played Bad Santa before. This is more, really wholesome Leo Santa.
Oh, okay.
And the neighbor woman who's, now a single mom doesn't like me because I'm this rich tool in her eyes.
Oh.
But she doesn't know that I play Santa and give back and such a great guy. So she falls in love with Santa and then finds out it's me. And she's like, you betrayed me. And I'm like, I didn't, it was me. And Merry Christmas!
You know what? I like this person better.
No, we kiss. It's not that kind of Santa
watch
movie.
the movie and use that narration.
It's Lifetime. It's Hallmark.
Oh,
You know how it's gonna end. You know how it
Did you give
ends.
her a present in a box?
Justin Timberlake's box.
Do you need a microphone?
You know that.
I'm like, is this where it's going? I was PG with
Right there.
Hallmark, and you're like, is it in a
Oh,
box?
you were swearing like a sailor earlier.
Yeah, well now we're talking about Santa. Jeez.
Santa's not Santa's weird.
Next question.
What about where you were
Wow.
Yeah.
Justin Timberlake walks in with a box.
I mean, I'd watch that Christmas movie.
Hell yeah.
Oh, goodness.
Wrap it
Yeah.
up.
Are you working on anything? No.
Doing a panel right now in Louisville.
It's Louisville.
Louisville.
Yeah, so.
Louisville.
You say it like you're drunk.
Louisville.
Yeah.
Hello.
There you go.
It works.
No,
It's the
I'm
bourbon.
actively auditioning, and you know, the music has changed. It's tough up there. It's
What are you guys doing back there?
I love that. Never come.
I'm just
We're
reading.
having a different conversation out here.
I'm engaged. And
To who? Is this,
Oh, like he's engaged in conversation.
Yeah.
just thought maybe we had a spoiler all of a sudden. Jeez.
Yeah, are you
Please.
guys?
Oh, hey.
What's
Where's the
back there?
planners here?
Next question.
So, we would like to cordially invite you to the Nashville Horror Con,
Oh,
where you guys will be back. I'll be there. And
I'll
see?
be there.
That's 4 hours away. That means I have to drive.
But listen,
it's not like it's tomorrow.
You can jump on a commuter plane.
Oh, it's 3.
This is in July.
I'm sure there's a train. You can hop it like a hobo.
We have a mom van, we'll carpool.
It's a little rough.
We got friends in here.
Yeah.
I think you can legitimately ride a train now. You don't have to like get the box and all.
Oh, you don't have to sneak your way on.
And you don't have to tie your clothes to an end of a stick.
Does anybody say hobo anymore?
I don't think it's easy.
Really?
Jesus.
I didn't say it like a fuck.
No. I got trouble. I got trouble all the time.
I see. Brian's like, you jumped the boxcar. I see like a stick in your stick in a
I'm
sack.
running away from home.
True story. I ran away from home. I threatened to quite often as a child.
I did that.
I didn't feel loved. But I literally did the whole stick, tied some stuff in a bandana, tied it to the rope, and walked down the street. And my mom caught me. She's just like, "What?" Like she should have taken a picture.
It's just show it to you.
I had the whole stick and the bandana, and all my little
We
belongings.
didn't have cameras back then.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Well, she sketched it.
Wait,
It's in one of those old timey books.
you don't love me.
But if you do come to the Nashville Horror Con, we're gonna do a live podcast. That should be interesting.
Oh, that's cool.
That'll be fun.
Sure, it's this, but live, awake. We should have hit record. Oh wait, you're doing that already. It's basically this all over again. But we'll do an episode. We'll be live. Everyone will watch it.
That'd be cool.
Do we know what episode?
No,
We don't.
We
No
don't.
spoilers.
I'm just asking. That's my job.
Well, it'll be episode. We were talking about this last night.
it will just be kind of whatever episode I guess we're gonna be on.
Yeah. We'll be towards the end of the season. I don't think it'll be the last episode of the season. We'll be one of the second to last or third to last.
Something like that.
We'll be ramping up towards a tearful end of season 3.
Will you cry? Will there be tears?
I won't. I've lost
You're
all
an actor,
emotion in my
you
life.
can do it.
I think you're my spirit animal.
Actually, kind of cold and have no emotion anymore.
Yeah. Someone asked Brian earlier, how do you feel, or what was it? It was like, not what your vibe is, but it was basically, the answer was cigarettes and sadness.
Thanks me.
Oh, you're
And cigars.
What's your smell? Cigars
Cigars and sadness.
Cigars and sadness.
Like what? Do I look sad?
You said I smell like cigars.
And
You
sadness.
said it like that.
Oh, we were talking about Julian McMahon's smell. Cole. There we
You
go.
never got to talk to or work with Cole, did you?
None.
I just keep bringing him up. He's waiting to just walk in. He's not.
That would be something, wouldn't it? Do you guys have any questions? I mean, this is it.
We've covered it all, huh?
Yeah.
Waffle House good?
Oh yeah, Waffle House was delicious.
I used to work at Waffle House.
Listen, from being from California and then you get to come over to like the East Coast or Midwest, Waffle House.
Yeah, I've never been to California ever.
Oh.
Yeah.
As
So you
far
don't-
as restaurants-
Overrated.
You don't know what an In-N-Out burger tastes like, and that is a sad thing.
That is.
See,
And so if the earthquake happens and California falls off, what are you guys gonna do?
Die.
then Arizona, then move to Arizona because you got.
I'm gonna run really fast to Arizona. 300 miles.
No,
In Oregon.
It's true. You know, but living in a place, I was just living in Georgia, and we have tornadoes come through and
Yeah,
storms.
we do deal with
I'm
tornadoes.
sorry, that's more terrifying
Is it?
than an earthquake.
a tornado for sure.
Oh, yeah.
100%.
I mean, an earthquake
Twister coming.
is kind of scary if you're in like an old building or you're on a super tall floor. You know, I was out
On a
there
delivery truck.
in 88, and a lot of things fell apart with our infrastructure.
Tornadoes.
Yeah, I mean, it's scary. Like when you look at what happened in San Francisco, and you know the bridge collapse. You know that kind of stuff can happen. But you know, I always got to a point where it's like, all right, I'm never going to be in this garage. I'm not parking underneath the building 3 stories down. Like there's certain things I don't do,
Yeah, I've never dealt with an earthquake.
just in case.
It's fine.
Well, they said we had some earthquakes recently, but I didn't feel it.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
comes and goes. It's more loud than anything else. It's weird, but like, you know, a tornado coming and ripping through your town,
Yeah, I think we had a really bad one.
Yeah.
or a hurricane.
Scary.
Yeah.
Or your,
At least it
or your
hurt.
ex-wife calls.
sucks.
Tornado.
I called my ex-husband just Andy.
Wow.
Andy.
Andy.
Andy's an Andy, yeah.
Wait, no, but for real, guys, do you guys want to ask anything? This is the like prime opportunity. Like, don't go home tonight and go, damn.
No, that's exactly what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go.
What was your favorite scenes from Charmed?
Scene, like one specific scene.
Scenes,
Episode.
episode,
Oh man.
season.
What like the funnest times that we had?
Funnest time.
Charm was not fun.
No, it's fun.
It was a fucking job.
I believe
You know,
it.
I always say Saving Private Leo because it's kind of when they expanded my character.
Okay.
But there were a lot of fun episodes, you know, when we played with the swords and we're in Valhalla and, you know, the Sword in the City. And,
Oh, I'm sure you love that.
so much fun when Leo finally got to be part of the action.
Oh, he becomes an avatar too.
Yeah, which,
became a badass.
when he's there, we're the evil parts of us. And
Oh yes, I
Evil
remember
Leo,
we
that was
talked about
fun.
Evil Leo. That was a good one.
I like at the end, season 8, when she's trying to save me, so she turns me into a million different people, and I'm Leo kind of everywhere.
No, I think.
Blah, 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 blah.
No, I think one of the fun ones I thought was when you and Piper switch your bodies.
That's a
She's
fun one.
pregnant.
Yeah. Then the 7 Deadly Sins one.
That's my
That was fun.
Bro, this is.
When I was pregnant, it was great.
How long are we supposed to do this for? My mic's not working now.
Well,
Damn it. I'm back. Stop spoiling the fucking show, please. I apologize. I'm using the F word,
She
but
didn't ask all the way
Look,
up to
but
season 3 in the podcast. She said, "What?" You have to be prepared for these things.
I want to go in blind.
Selective hearing.
has no one ever asked you about any other seasons?
No. Well, they talk about stuff and I'm like, that doesn't happen.
Well, when I went to work, I told everybody how you come back from the future, you have to save your brother.
Does that happen?
Yeah.
You read that. Yeah, how about when we run from the dinosaurs?
I do remember.
Oh my god, yes.
I remember that because I remember seeing that on Star Trek. That was like was it Agua Dulce?
Vasquez Rocks.
Vasquez Rocks. It's like a famous spot that they've shot, like Star Trek and all these things, and I'd seen it, 100 times in movies and television series, and then we got to go shoot there that one time, and I had no idea, like when we were out, like we're going to Vasquez Rocks, And then when like we got outside, I was like, oh my god,
I think
this
that's
is the
sight
spot.
to see.
That was really cool. I do remember that.
That's very cool.
I liked Dead Man Dating. I think that's a really, I actually cried a lot in that. I love chick flick. I think that's so much fun. And I really, really loved The Good, the Bad, and the Curse.
Yes.
Like,
It's so scary.
Bring-
Child.
It's the little it kid.
It's the little it.
You should bring him in.
And he says it
Listen,
things when you talk to him.
his parents cry for help. His mom and his grandmother make him dress up in that. He doesn't want to do it.
Blink twice.
Blink twice.
I did blink twice if you want me to call somebody. He's like, he can't stop blinking. I'm like, is that twice or?
Social services is on the way.
Oh my goodness, he's staring at us.
You asked for this.
I tried to help him.
You made eye contact.
Well, it's a cry for help. He's screaming on the inside.
He has no clue. And then when his mom
Yeah, try to sign
him,
language.
she was staring at these people. He was gonna be like, yeah, that's them.
Can we do a group photo again?
Yes, we are going to do a group photo thing. I lose track of time and I have no idea.
What time is it?
253. 253.
We're still got a couple more minutes. Any other questions? Pow! Yes.
Fire away. Don't be shy. Do you want a mic?
Yeah, we got one for you.
Don't be shy makes it worse by offering Mike.
He has a mic.
Yeah, no, speak up. Go loud.
She has you scared. Don't be scared.
It's just Brian.
Okay, are you guys going out and partying in town tonight?
Whoa.
Whoa.
You're gonna have
Strip
to work.
club!
There are strip clubs here.
Hot legs fucking sucks.
They are.
Here's some note cards if you would like to write them.
Poor Drew up there, like he's so done with it.
Mike, what?
What was your question? You just you don't have a question anymore?
You got this. Is there any jobs that you passed up on that you wish you had?
That's a really good question. I don't think so. All seriousness, when I booked Charmed, I had also booked the OC simultaneously. And it's a rare thing when you get an opportunity to pick one or the other. And in my mind, it was like, I was pretty early in my career, I'm in my early 20s, and Charmed was already established, where the OC hadn't even been on the air yet. And I had also done 2 WB shows, because that was what the studio was before, or the network. And they were really good to me. They were like, this show didn't work, we're gonna find another show for you. That show got canceled, we're gonna move you to Charmed. And so there was this loyalty thing that I felt. And so when it came time to choose, it was like, oh, I'll be one of 2 guys versus one of 15, because it's a school about high school. I don't know if you guys have seen the OC. Now OC goes on to be, in the first 2 or 3 seasons, one of the biggest hits in the history of television, where their first season was 36 episodes. That was their first season order, which is unheard of.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Most seasons are now 8, 6, so 36. And they all go on and they negotiate by the second season, every main cast member is making 6 figures. I choose Charmed and I get killed after a year.
And back on unemployment.
And yeah. But ironically, like the more I thought about it, like 20 plus years removed, I still made the right decision, because what it's brought me are not only lifelong friends, but like I'm in Louisville, Kentucky right now talking about a show. Like I get to travel the world, I get to interact with these people, and it's brought, like what's so special about our show is it's the greater community. It's all the people we get to meet. It's extended family. It's like the places we've gone, the people we've met, the community has meant everything. They're like, no one from the OC is doing that. And so even though it was short-lived in the grand scheme of things, ultimately it was 100% the right choice, because I wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for that. Sorry.
When you got on the Charmed, did you have to audition to become a series, or did they just throw you
No,
right on?
I got hurt. And that's the other thing.
A little different than my audition, isn't it?
That was loyalty, you know,
Well, they
again.
got you were an Andy.
So yeah, that would be the best answer of like, yes, but no. Like, I'm so grateful that this was the choice and this was the path.
No, I'm
Yeah, I don't think I've really ever turned anything down. I'm kind of a work slut. Like, I'll do anything. You know, I just love acting, and it doesn't matter to me. You know, you can go through my resume. There's some crappy sci-fi movies in there.
I'm gonna watch it.
Some projects that maybe didn't turn out great, but you know, it's always an opportunity to act, and I'd rather make a living acting, even if it's not something that's great, and playing a new character and meeting new people, new directors, new everybody, than turn something down because I think I'm better at it. So I've taken a few jobs I probably shouldn't have, but I have no regrets over having done them. But it's, you know, sometimes I take a job just to get the paycheck and, you
Don't we
know,
all?
and just keep working.
Yeah.
You know, as opposed to going back to, you know, construction or doing something else. I'd rather go, you know, okay, I don't love this movie, but, you know, the dinosaur's real! You know, like, oh no, it's a Loch Ness Monster! You know, like,
Wait,
it's,
Steve.
you know, that's me shitting.
Yeah, I bought that. See, I bought it. It's so good. It's so good. Guys, I bought it immediately.
Run! You know, yeah.
Would you guys do a zombie movie or a show?
Do any? He just said he's a
Yeah.
whore.
He said he's a slut.
Oh, slut. Sorry.
Exactly.
Wow.
Wow.
I see
Now he's talking about my personal life.
Horrified. Horrified. Yeah.
When you do it-
424 at the Drury Inn, ladies and gentlemen.
It's the sweet.
What?
Another vampire?
I would do it. I'm like, yeah, I'm kind of like Brian. There's very little.
So you guys are.
Oh, there's really very little I wouldn't do. That being said, though, I did a movie a couple years ago during the pandemic, and it was so awful that I had my team negotiate to remove me from the credits, and I'm no longer like it's been scrubbed because it was such an awful experience, and I was like, I don't know if I want to act ever again after that.
No, I got a couple of those out there.
Yeah, but like, look, it's really tough. Like the industry is brutal. Oh, bye, Corinne.
Oh, you got an appointment.
Yeah.
The
Yeah,
dentist,
yeah, yeah.
3:15.
Oh, with
Oh,
who?
get in there.
Oh, Bam.
Bam, bam, bam.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Make sure-
Thanks for coming.
You're gonna
Thanks.
miss our group photo.
That's Corinne, everyone. Thank you, Corinne.
I guess the ultimate bid was not the same after you left.
Yeah, yeah.
The first one was awesome.
No, he's not that far from where I'm from.
You have a question?
Yeah,
Fire away.
you know, people talk about like Oppenheimer and like Interstellar and these like,
Two of the greatest movies ever made.
so they talk
Yes.
about like these film artwork masterpieces.
Yeah.
What is like a masterpiece or something you guys consider a masterpiece that you all would have loved to work on?
Interstellar. That's
Okay.
one of my favorite movies of all time. I watch that at least once or twice a year, every year. It's affected me every time. I love Chris Nolan. I love space. I'm gonna have an astronaut tattoo. Like, I love that, what it represents, and like the story behind it, like the behind the scenes about how it's probably the closest thing to travel, interstellar type of travel. Like it's the most grounded in reality, and also like kind of the problems that we face here on Earth as well. So yeah.
Are you from the future?
I think your all's camera is messing up here.
That's okay.
It's got
No one's
a
listening.
pop-up thing.
No one's.
I mean, there's so many great movies out there, you know, in all genres. You know, I even mentioned a couple, you know, the Bagger Vance, Unforgiven, you know, favorite movies, mine, Departed, Forrest Gump, you know.
Forrest Gump.
The list is long of movies that, you know, you'd love to be a part of. But as it happens as an actor, you know, I started in films and then the TV thing happened, and you kind of get stuck in this area, and the industry doesn't allow you don't always get to audition for some of these things that pop up. You know, so the ability to even go in for a movie like that and have even 3 lines was never an opportunity. So, you know, you don't get all the, not everybody gets to audition for every big movie out there. So,
If
you
there
know,
was
you
somebody you could
typecasting?
work with,
Huh?
who would you work with?
yeah, there's a bit of typecasting, but you're also kind of, what happens is like if you're at the biggest agencies, the William Morrises, the Gershes, the CAAs, well, the directors from there, the producers from there, the studio likes to work with them, so they only see those actors. So if you're at a smaller agency, it's very difficult for you to even get in there, right? So it's almost already cast before you even get a chance to, you know, before you even hear
Do you
about
see
it.
that too, or is it just me?
I think everyone sees
Is
just.
there another panel about to start?
Do you
What
want to
panel's
talk
about
about the
to start?
Superman movie? Yes.
Cosplay contest.
Are you guys dressing up for it?
I hope.
We're talking all things charmed-ish.
Ish.
There's a lot of ish happening.
Gotta be a break from them.
Ish.
We delved in.
We don't expect a lot done. It's okay.
Yeah.
We just want to like, what we just want to like do the green smells like, don't we? Yeah. Just make sure. Oh, yeah.
Smells cigarettes.
It smells delicious.
Anything else?
Figure it out.
We did it.